Hey everyone, Neil Proudlove here, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on a wild adventure through science history, checking out 5 experiments that could have totally messed up the world as we know it. From tiny atoms to massive space stuff, we'll see how ambitious, risky, and downright crazy these real-life science gambles were. Did you know some scientists almost accidentally destroyed everything in their quest for knowledge? Get ready, because these are not your average school science projects. Let's go! Our first stop is the desert in New Mexico, 1945. This barren landscape was the stage for one of the most significant events in human history. Picture this: World War II is going on. A time of global conflict and uncertainty. Nations are locked in a deadly struggle and the stakes couldn't be higher. Amidst this chaos, scientists are working secretly on something terrifying: unleashing the power of the atom. This secret project, known as the Manhattan Project, brought together the brightest minds to create a weapon of unprecedented destructive power. This is the story of the Trinity test, the first time humans ever set off an atomic bomb. The explosion was a blinding flash of light, followed by a massive mushroom cloud that rose high into the sky. Besides the explosion itself and the leftover radiation, the Trinity scientists were playing with fire, messing with the universe's building blocks. They were venturing into unknown territory with risks that were not fully understood. One scary thought: an out-of-control chain reaction. If the reaction had not been contained, it could have led to catastrophic consequences. Imagine dominoes, but instead of falling over, its atoms splitting and releasing tons of energy. Each split atom triggers more splits, creating a powerful and potentially unstoppable chain reaction. This could have set the Earth's atmosphere on fire, turning our planet into a giant fireball. Luckily, that didn't happen. The scientists' calculations were correct, and the reaction was contained. The Trinity test, as scary as it was, didn't destroy the world, but it left a lasting impact on those who witnessed it and on the course of history. But it was a wake-up call, showing how powerful and dangerous our science had become. It marked the dawn of the atomic age, a time when humanity gained the power to both create and destroy on an unimaginable scale. Fast forward to 2008, when the biggest news wasn't about celebrities or politicians, but a giant machine buried underground in Europe. This machine was the talk of the town, capturing the imagination of scientists and the public alike. I'm talking about the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC. This marvel of modern engineering is located at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, near Geneva, Switzerland. This massive 17-mile-long ring was built to smash tiny particles together at superspeed. Imagine particles traveling at nearly the speed of light, colliding with such force that they recreate conditions just moments after the Big Bang. The goal? To understand how the universe works at the smallest level. Scientists hope to uncover the secrets of the fundamental particles and forces that make up everything around us, but some people thought this was a bit too exciting. Concerns and fears spread like wildfire. They were worried about creating tiny black holes, those space things that suck up everything, even light. The idea of these mini black holes caused quite a stir. People imagined catastrophic scenarios where the Earth could be swallowed up. Scientists, however, reassured everyone that these mini black holes would disappear instantly and wouldn't be dangerous. They explained that the energy levels involved were far too low to pose any real threat. The LHC experiment showed how science walks a fine line between amazing discoveries and potential disasters. It highlighted the importance of pushing boundaries while ensuring safety and understanding the risks involved. Chapter 3: Biosphere 2. Now we're going from tiny stuff to the Arizona desert in the 1990s. A group of scientists built a giant terrarium called Biosphere 2. Imagine a huge, closed-off world where 8 people lived for 2 years, completely separated from everything else. They wanted to see if we could create a self-sustaining mini-Earth. But not everyone was happy. Some thought it was a publicity stunt, while others worried about the people trapped inside. Things went wrong: not enough oxygen, crops dying, and the people inside starving and arguing. The experiment ended early, showing that copying Earth is really hard, even with good intentions. Chapter 4: The Manhattan Project. Back to the 1940s and World War II. This was a time of great turmoil and uncertainty, with nations around the world locked in a deadly conflict. The Manhattan Project was a super-secret mission to build the atomic bomb, bringing together the smartest people in the world. Scientists, engineers, and military experts from various countries collaborated in an unprecedented effort. We talked about the Trinity test, but building the bomb itself was crazy dangerous. The process involved handling highly radioactive materials and conducting experiments that had never been done before. Back then, nobody really understood nuclear stuff. The science of nuclear fission was still in its infancy, and the risks were enormous. Every step was a leap into the unknown. They were dealing with forces they barely knew. The scientists had to be extremely cautious, as even a small mistake could lead to catastrophic consequences. One scary thought was setting the atmosphere on fire. The fear of an uncontrollable chain reaction was always present, and it haunted the minds of those involved in the project. Nuclear reactions release insane amounts of energy, and some scientists worried about a chain reaction burning up the whole atmosphere. The potential for disaster was immense. After lots of calculations and sleepless nights, they decided it was probably safe to continue. The decision to move forward was not taken lightly, and it came after intense debate and rigorous analysis. With a mix of fear and determination, they created the atomic age. The successful detonation of the atomic bomb marked the beginning of a new era, forever changing the course of history and the nature of warfare. Chapter 5: Crazy Russian Woodpecker and the Duga Radar. Our last stop is the Cold War, a time of spies and the threat of nuclear war. This is where we find the Duga Radar, a giant Soviet radar system. This thing was massive, with antennas stretching for miles. Its job? To detect missiles from the west, giving the Soviets a warning if a nuclear attack happened. But the Duga Radar wasn't just big, it was loud. Its signal, a weird tapping sound, could be heard on radios worldwide. While we don't know everything about the Duga Radar, it reminds us of the scary times of the Cold War. A curious future. From the atomic power of the Trinity test to the mind-blowing Large Hadron Collider, we've looked at some of the most daring and potentially world-ending experiments ever. These weren't just ideas, they were real risks that could have changed our planet or even destroyed it. So, what have we learned? Science is amazing, but it can be dangerous, even for the smartest people. So, what do you think? Are some risks worth taking to help humanity, or are we playing with fire? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more explorations into the world of science.